Hello and thank you for returning to English Idea. This is Rim Alam and the topic of today's video is the differences and similarities between the practice and the real Duolingo English test. But before I get started with today's video, don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe and click the bell button to be notified whenever I add a new content. Now let's get started without further ado. Every practice exam lasts roughly 15 to 30 minutes and you will be given a score range estimate. You can also practice as many times as you wish. Please keep in mind that there are a lot of differences between the real and practice tests. To learn about the similarities and differences, watch the entire video.
Stother, stother, office, office.
Addevident, addevident, tourist, tourist.
Stake, stake. Interested, interested.
Wardis, wardis.
Average, average.
Past, past. Addevident,
Stother,
wardis.
interested, office. Stake, average.
Tourist, past.
I'll begin with the similarities. 1. The types of question on practice test are identical to those on real test. It means you will get the same types of question but not the same questions. Number 2. You will see the same sort of questions numerous times in the real test just as you did in the practice test, which means you will see fill in the blanks, read and speak, listen and write questions more than once in the practice test. Similarly, you will encounter fill in the blanks, read and speak, listen and write types of questions several times in the real test as well.
All of his works were published by the same publisher. All of his works were published by the same publisher. All of his works were published by the same publisher.
This classroom will be used for the final exam. Let's look at the differences now. Number 1. For the real test, you must take a photo of yourself and your passport or ID or driving license. Number 2. As I previously stated, the practice test lasts about 15 to 30 minutes, whereas the real exam lasts about 45 to 55 minutes. Number 3. There will be 4 photographs for you to describe. You must write description for 3 of the photographs and speak about the 4th image, which means you will get 3 images to describe them by writing, like the one on the screen, and you will get 1 image where you have to describe it verbally. You will not find this in the practice test, but it will be there in the real test. Number 4, you will be given a question where you will have 20 seconds to listen to the question and speak out your answer. You can listen to the audio twice within the 20 seconds time frame, which means you will have to listen to a question and speak the answer aloud. If you need help getting another job, I'll help you with that.
postal, postal,
caution, caution,
tounder, tounder,
mutual, mutual,
sternatic, sternatic, occurrence, occurrence,
stable, stable, conficial, conficial,
concept, concept,
Finally, the results of this investigation were published in a scientific magazine. Finally, the results of this investigation were published in a scientific magazine. Finally, the results of this investigation were published in a scientific magazine.
exterior,
truden,
shutter, recensally,
intimation,
intellect,
intimation, retailer,
indivert,
pinpoint,
They will have tried to talk to you by the time the story is published. They will have tried to talk to you by the time the story is published. They will have tried to talk to you by the time the story is published.
Mathematical and computer models are produced, and field research is done to test the models.
Mariler.
Discriminate. Coventy. Suspense.
Portrait.
Faulthill. Formula. Insawive.
Spovative. Discriminate. Suspense.
Portrait.
Faulthill. Formula.
All of her works were published by the same publisher. All of her works were published by the same publisher. All of her works were published by the same publisher.
I'll have gone to the movies by the time you decide what you want to do.
Occurrence.
Compligen.
Supervision.
Beak.
Caution.
Mutual. Poving.
Concept.
Clastically.
Number 5. There will be 2 interactive reading sections, unlike the practice test where you are assigned only 1 interactive reading section. Today I'm going to talk about a movie that I have watched recently. The movie was about an Air Force officer, and I watched it just a couple nights ago with my husband. And the main character was an Air Force. The main character was about an Air Force officer. The lady who acted was Janvi Kapoor, and she did a phenomenal job. She portrayed the real image of the real officer. And the thing that I remember about the movie was when she got selected for Air Force, she woke her dad up in middle of night and asked if she's really joining Air Force, out of patriotism, or she's joining just because she wants to fly airplane. Is she an patriot person or not? So that's what I love it. Please pause to read the entire passage. Yes, I think the parents should be held responsible if their children causes any kind of trouble at school or in any other public places. It is because children lives with their parents more. They spend time with their parents more compared to the amount of time they spend in school or outside. So they imitate what they see in the house, or they imitate what they think is right. For example, if they are doing something wrong in the house, and if their parents are not scolding them, they think it's right, and they continue to do this even at public places. Yes, schools are there for them to help them, but I think education, or any kind of manners, etiquette, any kind of learning starts from the house. The first teacher of everybody's life is our father or our mother, isn't it? So I think children learns the most from the parents. If they're not being scolded at home, they think it's right to do, and they continue to do it at other places. So definitely the parents should be held responsible if their children causes any kind of trouble anywhere, a part of their house, definitely. And that's all for today. Thank you for watching my video. To see more videos like this, give a like, comment, share, subscribe, and don't forget to click the bell icon to get notified every time I upload something new.